If I had to use one word to describe that game, refreshing. Obviously, it ended with things that weren't good. First and foremost, Jack Hughes, I really hope he's okay and that it looked worse than it actually is. Because to me, it looked like a broken wrist, and that is not good. Jack Hughes is a superstar in this league. He does wonders for fan engagement and really for the New Jersey team to be competitive. They need Jack Hughes in the lineup. And without him, yeah, no, that's gonna suck. So hopefully everything's good. That's the first thing that I want to talk about. Minus that from this game, which hard to do, hard right turn. I don't really know how else to transition out of that. This was exactly what I asked for. Vegas, finally, full 60-minute defensive effort, except for a few moments, which is going to happen in any hockey game, right? Unless you're the New York Islanders and are able to come into Vegas and shut us out no. Sorry, Devils fans, to bring the Isles into this, but Vegas, when they had the lapses defensively in transition, or when they were getting bombarded, goalie stood on his head for us, just was there and did good. Did his job, tended the goal, made saves. Great game from Adin Hill. The Vegas Golden Knights win 2-0 against the New Jersey Devils, and it was, I really don't know how else to explain this game other than exactly what Vegas fans needed to see their team be able to do, to believe, especially with the trade deadline coming up, that this team is a contender. The return of Paul Cotter into the Fortress, and my favorite New Jersey Devil. I can't believe I forgot to mention him in that video. The first part of the game went back and forth really well. Like New Jersey and Vegas both getting chances, both goalies doing well, Marcus Sturm versus Hill. And then New Jersey kind of ran with it after that and through the second period, where they were out-chancing Vegas, out-shooting Vegas, just looking good. And I don't know if, clean hits that are big, that lead to somebody needing to, take some time even though he finished the shift. Heads up, Zach Whitecloud. No altercations after that. Interesting. It's almost like clean hits should be a part of the game. And this team loves Zach Whitecloud. Are you kidding me? No, he's a loved member of this team. And I really don't know where to begin other than going straight to the third period, where apparently, and this season, it continues to happen. It's not running out. Other than for brief stints, which happens with everyone, but power play merchants! A minute and a half into this third period, off the draw, Hanifin gets the puck, skates back towards the middle where that blue line quarterback position is, and just rifles it on. And it's double tipped. First, Tomas Hertl, of course, and then Mark Stone, who loves tipping in goals. And yeah, it's 1-0 Vegas. The pressure from Vegas to start the third, immediate. It was great. Whatever they were feeding Vegas in that second intermission during the, coach talk, that I want that injected into my veins, and please keep that around for the playoffs. And 8 minutes later, it's a picture-perfect recreation of this goal, except there's no tip in front, where Jack Eichel wins the faceoff, goes back to Hanifin, skates backwards towards that middle spot on the, stop me if you've heard me say this before, winds up, blasts it, no tip in front, just into the goal. Noah Hanifin, fantastic. Recently, in the last 6 games, since the Four Nations face-off, and maybe the game or two before, Noah Hanifin has been fantastic. I don't know whatever they did with him at the USA camp during that Four Nations face-off. Just please keep that. This is exactly what he looked like when we acquired him from the Flames last season after the trade deadline in the playoffs. That hasn't really been able to shine other than brief glimpses of it throughout the season up until this point. But Noah Hanifin had fantastic game and recently has just been doing so good, and the power play has been benefiting from him being on that top unit. And despite the fact that Shea Theodore is like our best defenseman, and without him we are worse as a team, especially offensively, but for some reason it just works. Hanifin and Eichel have that connection, and Eichel is fantastic at winning faceoffs, and so that helps. But Tomas Hertl fixed our power play, and it's still weird to me. Like, yes, I see him in the gold jerseys the most, and that is still a little weird. Not anymore really at this point. Seeing him in the grays, that is weird still. Tomas Hertl, Mark Stone a new franchise record, single season record, with his 12th power play goal of the season. His 18th total, but 12 is the new high for power play goals in a single season by a single player, and that's fantastic. Of course, it's the captain, no captain by captain. But Tomas Hertl, you know, almost could have had that one, and he's up there in power play goals, and just in general, our power play has been fantastic. We scored on it twice tonight. We scored on it twice against Chicago. We scored on it against LA. Like, it's just been really, really good. And the second penalty, the too many men, you know, hate to see it, but we're facing the Devils on the second half of a back-to-back. And then towards the end, there is another penalty that is on Vegas, and then they, you know, generated some pressure with like 4 minutes left, but White Cloud gets tripped, hooked, whatever, and draws a penalty, and then it's 4-on-4. Vegas maintains the pressure that they've had all third period, and then the incident where New Jersey has a shorthanded break, and it's the 2-on-1 where Jack Hughes ends up getting entangled with Jack Eichel completely unintentionally. It is coincidental, I feel like. I don't feel like there should have, like, Sheldon Keefe was insanely furious with the refs for not calling a penalty there, and got ejected from the game. I'm laughing mostly because I have seen other coaches in other leagues get ejected, and it's just a funny thing to me, you know, but I understand the sentiment of your star player being injured and being furious that, like, it was just incidental. And from my point of view, obviously, like, I am biased, and I know that, and I'm willing to hear other opinions on it, but it looked to me like Jack Eichel and Jack Hughes just got entangled going for the puck defensively. Jack Hughes off on the offense, and it was really unfortunate. Both went into the boards, and yeah. So Vegas goes to the two-man advantage because the 4-on-4 worn out, and then we had the power play still. But it really, after that, they could have just ended the game. There was like a minute and a half left, 2 minutes left, and no, Vegas didn't really try, which, you know, is what it is. And it's because Vegas, on the delayed penalty, when White Cloud was stripped, kept possession of the puck all the way through the rest of the New Jersey power play. I don't know what I was talking about 4-on-4. So then we had the power play, and then that happened, and because the bench minor for unsportsmanlike technical foul, I don't know, it was a 2-minute advantage, and that just ended the game. But shutout for Adin Hill, and I was thinking the word, but I was like, don't think the word, because I'm stitious. It wasn't 1-0, it was 2-0. And I like that better, even though both were on the power play. 5-on-5, in general from Vegas, we looked good. Obviously, there were parts of the game that New Jersey was outplaying us, but we were able to hold our own. And it wasn't that bad. You know, they are on the second half of back-to-back, but you have to play the games that are in front of you. And Vegas wins, and that's 2 in a row, which is 4 out of the last 5. That's really it for this game that I wanted to talk about. But our next game against the Maple Leafs, so there's the Sheldon Keefe Maple Leaf and then Penguins connection for Kyle Dubas. Weird week, but that's on Wednesday, and it's on TNT. It's the second half of a doubleheader on TNT on Wednesday nights. So puck drop is, well, the game says start at 10, probably 10:30, because the game before is definitely going to go into overtime or the shootout, right? Because they always seem to when Vegas is on the second half of a back-to-back, and the start time gets pushed back later. Anyways, that's our next game, is Wednesday against the Maple Leafs. So it should be fun. Hey, the Vegas Golden Knights have signed forwards Brayden Bowman and Kai Uch. What in the world? UCHACZ. That's a name. That's great. Kai Uchiha to 2-year entry-level contracts. That just happened, so I'm glad I'm doing this video a little bit later. They've both been playing with the Henderson Silver Knights this season. We did make a minor trade. We acquired future considerations. He's back on the team, baby, for Grigory Denisenko, who we sent to Nashville. Really, it was, I think, just opening a contract slot for us, which, hey, we've got 2 more contracts, so that's good. Both are 21-year-old forwards, which are born 2 days apart from each other, so that's kind of cool, that have been on Henderson so far this year on professional tryout and just, in the system, but undrafted players that are, hey, it's good. Both captains on their junior teams, so that's cool. That's all that I have for today's nightly review. Game 60 and some. As nightly review, that's gonna be it. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good night.